We're really getting close to Season 3 now. And thanks to Master Rule 5, this season will seem way less outdated than it actually is. Oh, I see Ed and Tom have outfits that are actually halfway interesting. They based off of Tomodachi Life 2 since you're the D-tier characters? That makes you guys D-tier characters too, you know. Oh please, Devin and I are A-tier characters. We're guest stars from Vexus. You guys are just confined to a side series. That means even the cast of DSBT outranks you. Shut the hell up, Serena. By the way, didn't they release official tag duel rules recently? Yeah, but Vexus Dylan II is pretty committed to his extremely arbitrary tag duel rules that he created. Just wait till you hear how he plans to handle Link monsters. Master Rule 5? Link monsters? Season 3 stuff, Devin. It's Devin and Tom versus me and Ed. Tom's first, Ed's second, Devin's third, and I'm fourth. Since I have no monsters in my graveyard, I can special summon Madolches Puddingcessor. When she is special summoned, I can special summon another Madolches from my hand or deck, but its level is reduced by 1 and I can only summon Madolches for the rest of the turn. I special summon Puddingcess from my deck. She gains 800 stats if there are no monsters in my graveyard. When she battles a monster, I can destroy an opponent's card after damage calculations. Then I summon Madolches Mageline. When she's normal summoned, I get to search for a Madolches monster. I add Madolches Hootcake. Are you done assembling your strawberry shortcake ensemble yet? Almost. I overlay Mageline and Puddingcessor to Ixie summon Madolches Teacher Glass Souffle in defense mode. Her quick effect lets me remove a material from her to make a Madolches monster immune to monster effects for 1 turn. Once per turn, when a Madolches card is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, I can shuffle up to 2 cards in any graveyard into the deck. I set a card and end my turn. I activate Tuning, which lets me search for a Synchron monster and then mill a card. I add Quick Draw Synchron. I summon Synchron Carrier. Once per turn, I can normal summon an additional Synchron monster. Once per turn, if I use the Synchron monster to Synchro Summon a warrior or machine monster, I get a Synchron token. I summon Junk Synchron. When he is normal summoned, I get to special summon a level 2 or lower monster from my graveyard in defense mode, but its effects are negated. Sadly, I don't have any, but that doesn't matter because I tune them together to Synchro Summon Junk Speeder. When he is Synchro Summoned, I get to special summon as many Synchron Tuner monsters as possible from my deck in defense mode, but they have to be of different levels, and I can only use my extra deck to Synchro Summon that turn. He has another effect, but that doesn't matter because he's going to be Synchro Fodder. Actually, it does matter because I activate Forbidden Chalice. For the rest of the turn, Junk Speeder gains 400 attack and his effects are negated. Well, his other effect lets him double his original attack when he battles a monster. I end my turn. I summon Summoner Monk. He is switched to defense mode when he is normal summoned and he can't be tributed for some reason. Once per turn, I can discard a spell to special summon a level 4 monster from my deck, but it can't attack that turn. I discard Power Up the Guardians to special summon Vylon Prism. I tune them together to Synchro Summon Vylon Epsilon. Cards equipped to him can't be targeted by card effects, and once per turn, I can send a card equipped to him to the graveyard to destroy an opponent's monster. When Vylon Prism is sent from the field to the graveyard as a monster, I can pay 500 life points to equip it to one of my monsters. A monster equipped with him gains 1000 attack whenever it battles. Then I equip him with Vylon Material, which gives him 600 attack. Then I send material to the graveyard to destroy Junk Speeder. Why you guys gotta do Junk Speeder like that? Because he's a poorly designed card that was chopping at the bits for Master Rule 4 to be reversed. But that wouldn't matter in the context of this season either way, since for all intents and purposes, we're still in Master Rule 2, just with the field spell and first turn draw rules. Well, anyway, when a Vylon equipped spell is sent from the field to the graveyard, I can just search for a Vylon spell. I add Vylon segment and equip it to Epsilon. The equipped monster can't be targeted by monster or trap effects. I activate Molten Conduction Field, which lets me mill 2 Laval monsters. I mill Laval Magma Cannoneer and Laval Volcano Handmaiden. When Handmaiden is sent to the graveyard while there is another Laval there, I get to mill a Laval, and since her effect isn't once per turn, I mill 2 more copies of her and Laval Lakeside Lady. Then I summon Laval Blaster. When he is normal summoned while there is a Laval in the grave, I can mill up to 5 cards from my deck and he gains 200 attack for each Laval milled. I don't know why you would ever mill less than 5, but let's do this. I mill 3 Lavals. Since I have at least 3 different Lavals in my graveyard, I can special summon Laval Codal from my hand. I tune them together to Synchro Summon High Speed Roid Kendama. It does pierce damage, and if I control no cards, I can special summon it from my graveyard, but I can't normal summon or set that turn. I summon Madolches Bufule. When she is normal summoned, I get a special summon a Madolche from my hand, like Message Gelato. When he's special summoned while I control a beast-type Madolche monster, I get to search for a Madolche spell or trap. I add, and then activate, Madolche Ticket. When a Madolche card is sent from my field or graveyard to my hand or deck, I get to search for a Madolche monster. If I control a fairy-type Madolche monster, I can special summon it in an attack position instead. Bufule, attack it directly. Message Gelato, attack him again. Pudding Cess, you too. I set a card and end my turn. Let's try this again. I summon Junk Synchron. With his effect, I special summon Synchron Carrier. I tune Carrier and Junk Synchron together to Synchro Summon Junk Speeder. Got anything to stop this, Tom? Sadly, no. Good. I special summon 3 Synchrons, all in defense mode. First is Jet Synchron. Next is Satellite Synchron. Last is Quick Draw Synchron. I tune Junk Speeder and Jet Synchron together to Synchro Summon a High Speed Roid Kendama of my own. When Jet Synchron is used as a Synchro material, I get to search for a Junk monster, like Junk Synchron. Then I tune Kendama and Satellite Synchron together to Synchro Summon Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Once per turn, when a monster effect is activated, his quick effect lets me negate and destroy it, and then he gains attack equal to that monster's original attack until the end phase. When he battles a level 5 or higher monster, he gains attack equal to that monster's current attack during damage calculations only. That's it? You summon Junk Speeder and all you can end on is a Crystal Wing? I don't have any non-tuners to special summon, okay? Attack Vylon Epsilon! With the effective segment, I add another segment. I banish Vylon Epsilon from my graveyard to special summon Diana the Light Spirit. I can only special summon her by banishing a light monster from my graveyard. I gain 1000 life points during my opponent's end phase. Why? That effect isn't even good. Why is it so slow? Diana's for getting a level 4 light monster on my field without using my normal summon, not for her effect. Remember, he's playing Vylons here, Ed. He can't exactly swarm like the rest of us. Next, I summon Vylon Cube. When he's used for the Synchro Summon of a light monster, I get to search for an equip spell. I tune him and Diana together to Synchro Summon Vylon Sigma. With the effective cube, I search for— Don't even bother, because I'm Crystal Winging it. Come on, Ed. Why you gotta do Vylons like that? Hey, he already got to show off in round 1. No more taking it easy on him just because he's using a bad deck. Well, Ed, what if I told you you should have waited before doing that? I'd say do your worst. He already is doing his worst. He's playing Vylons. Just shut up, you two, and let Devin make his move. If Sigma is the only monster on my field, I can equip an equip spell from my deck to him when he attacks. Attack Crystal Wing! Oh please, what kind of equip spell could you possibly have to make Sigma stronger than— I equip him with Moon Mirror Shield! Crap. When a monster equipped with Moon Mirror Shield battles, its stats become 100 points higher than that monster's highest stat during damage calculations only. When Moon Mirror Shield is sent from the field to the graveyard, I have to pay 500 life points and place it either on the top or bottom of my deck. Well played, Devin. I activate Molten Conduction Field and mill Lakeside Lady and Burner. Since I have at least 3 different Lavals in my graveyard, I can banish Lakeside Lady and another Laval, like Handmaiden, to destroy an opponent's set card, such as Tom's. Now I activate Rekindling. And first, I guess I should thank Konami for unlimiting it. It lets me special summon as many fire monsters from my graveyard with 200 defense as possible, but they're banished during the end phase. Other than that, there are no restrictions whatsoever. Brilliant card design, I know. I special summon 4 monsters. First is Handmaiden. Next is Magma Cannoneer. Next is Lakeside Lady. Last is Red Resonator. When Red Resonator is special summoned, I get to target a monster and gain life points equal to its attack. Kendama will do nicely. Now for the fun part. I tune Kendama and Red Resonator together to Synchro Summon my own Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Then I tune Handmaiden and Magma Cannoneer together to Synchro Summon Lavals Dragon. I can shuffle 2 lava monsters in my graveyard back into the deck to bounce one of my opponent's cards. Keep in mind, this isn't once per turn. As for Handmaiden, she misses the timing because her card effect has the dreaded when instead of if. I know where this is going. I remove Pudding Cessor from Glass Souffle to protect herself. This activates her other effects, so I shuffle back in Pudding Cessor and Devin's Vylons segment. This activates the effect of Ticket, and I search for Madolche and Jelly. Fine by me. I shuffle back in Blaster and Kodal to bounce Pudding Cess. Now I'll shuffle back Blaster and Burner to bounce Vylons segment. Last is Maiden and Magma Cannoneer to bounce Vylons Sigma. I pay 500 life points to put Moon Mirror Shield on the bottom of my deck. Nice. Now I tune Dragon and Lakeside Lady together to Synchro Summon Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Once per turn, when she or a level 5 or higher enemy monster is special summoned, I can bounce an opponent's special summoned monster. I bounce Messengelato. Crystal Wing, attack Glass Souffle. Moonlight, attack Mewfeuille. When a Madolche monster is destroyed by my opponent, it gets shuffled into the deck. I summon Madolche Hootcake. Once per turn, I can banish a monster from my graveyard to special summon a Madolche from my deck. I banish Magellan to special summon Pudding Cessor in defense mode. Then with Pudding Cessor's effect, I special summon Messengelato. With his effect, I search for and then activate Madolche Chateau. When it's activated, all Madolche monsters in my graveyard get shuffled into the deck. This activates Ticket, and I special summon Madolche and Jelly. Chateau gives all Madolches 500 stats. I overlay Pudding Cessor and a Jelly to Ixie summon Madolche Queen Tiramisu. Once per turn, I can remove an Ixie's material from her to shuffle up to 2 Madolche cards in my graveyard into the deck, and then I get to shuffle that many of my opponent's cards into the deck. And since that isn't part of the cost, it doesn't target. And a lot of good that will do you with Crystal Wing out. True, but I can still get rid of your other monster. Tiramisu, attack Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Hootcake, attack Quick Draw Synchron. Messengelato, attack Ed directly. I special summon High Speed Roid Kendama from my graveyard. This lets me special summon Satellite Synchron. I discard a card to special summon Jet Synchron from my graveyard, but he's banished when he leaves the field. Quillbolt Hedgehog has a similar effect, only I just have to control a tuner to do so. I can treat Satellite Synchron as a level 4 if there is a Synchron, Warrior, or Stardust Synchro monster in my graveyard or field. I tune him and Quillbolt together to Synchro Summon Coral Dragon. Once per turn, I can discard a card to destroy an opponent's card. When he is sent to the graveyard, I get to draw a card. I discard to destroy Tiramisu. Then I tune Kendama and Jet Synchron together to Synchro Summon Samurai Destroyer. When When he battles a monster, card effects can't be activated and the enemy monster has its effects negated during the battle phase. When he leaves the field from an opponent's card effect, I get a special summon a machine type monster from my graveyard. Attack Hoot Cake! Coral Dragon, attack Messengerlato. I add Messengerlato to my hand with the effect of Chateau, and with the effect of Ticket, I search for Mufule. I activate Living Fossil. This special summons a monster from my graveyard and equips itself to them, but it's banished when it or Living Fossil leaves the field. Also, it loses 1000 stats and its effects are negated. I special summon Diana. Then I summon Vylon Cube. I tune them together to Synchro Summon Vylon Sigma. I grab Moon Mirror Shield with the effect of Cube and equip it to him. Serena, why didn't you Crystal Wing it? Because he's dead either way. If I negated Cube, he would just equip that shield directly with Sigma. I'm just showing Devin a little mercy is all. Then I equip him with Segment. Attack Crystal Wing! I activate Molten Conduction Field and mill Magma Cannoneer, Handmaiden, and by extension, Kodal. Then I special summon Kendama. Attack Tom directly. I summon Madolches Mufule. Then I special summon Madolches Angeli with her effect. I contribute her to special summon a Madolche from my deck. It can't be destroyed in battle, but it's shuffled into my deck on my next end phase. I special summon a Hoot Cake. I banish Pudding Sensor with his effect to special summon Madolche Croissant. Please do something with all of your baby animals. It's giving me serious diabetes. As you wish. I overlay Hoot Cake and Mufule to Ixie summon Leviair the Sea Dragon. Once per turn, I can remove material from him to special summon a level 4 or lower banished monster. I remove Hoot Cake to special summon Pudding Sensor. And with Pudding Sensor's effect, I special summon Pudding Cess. Now I use Croissant's effect to return another Madolche card to my hand to give him 300 attack and 1 level. I return Chateau, but don't bother with the animation because I activate it again. Since I have no monsters in my grave, Pudding Cess gains 800 stats. Now Ticket activates, and I special summon Messengerlato. With his effect, I add Ticket. Now I overlay Croissant and Pudding Sensor to Ixie summon Madolche Teacher Glass Souffle in defense mode. Then I overlay Pudding Cess and Messengerlato to Ixie summon Madolche Queen Tiramisu. Aw, damn it, he's got the whole crew now. If it makes you feel any better, Ed, I now have to waste one of Glass Souffle's materials in order to get a Madolche in the grave for Tiramisu. It doesn't. It doesn't make me feel better, Tom. I remove Pudding Sensor to target Tiramisu. This activates her second effect, and I shuffle in Devin's Vylon cubes. Now I use Tiramisu's effect to remove Pudding Cess, shuffle her and Pudding Sensor back in, and then shuffle back in Ed's monsters. Samurai Destroyer's effect, I special summon Kendama. Look, look, now we're twinsies.
Tiramisu, attack ends Kendama. Levier, attack him directly.
Wow, a tidal wave straight from the senior project.
I set a card and my turn.
I special summon Kendama. This lets me special summon Satellite Synchron. I use his effect to make him level 4. Then I tune them together to Synchro Summon YuGiOh, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. He can only be targeted by card effects during my second main phase. That's weirdly specific. Why not just make him untargetable, period? Good question. I set a card, and then YuGiOh will attack Tiramisu.
Well, Ed, I sure hope you weren't counting on that face down to protect YuGiOh from Sigma, because I paid 1,000 life points to banish it with Cosmic Cyclone.
Yes, I was.
Sigma, attack YuGiOh, and with his effect, I equip him with Vylon material.
I summon Flamvel Fire Dog. When he destroys a monster in battle, I get to special summon another fire monster from my deck with 200 or less defense. Attack Levier. With his effect, I special summon Red Resonator. I target Kendama with his effect. I tune Red Resonator and Kendama together to Synchro Summon Psy-Frame Lord Omega. Once per turn, during the main phase, his quick effect lets me banish himself in a random card in my opponent's hand until my next standby phase. During my opponent's standby phase, I can return a banished card to the graveyard. If he's in the graveyard, I can shuffle both him and one other card in the graveyard into the deck. I'll cut to the chase and return Quillbolt Hedgehog to Ed's grave.
I summon Madolche Mageline. I add Madolche and Jelly. Then I remove Croissant from Glass Souffle and target herself. This activates her other effect to shuffle back Mufule and Croissant. And due to Chateau, I add them to my hand instead. Then, with Ticket, I special summon Croissant. I use his effect to return Chateau and then activate it again. Attack Ed directly. Mageline, attack him too. I overlay Croissant and Mageline to Ixie summon
Tiramisu, we know. Just know that Omega is going to GTFO before you can bounce him.
Abyss Dweller.
Huh?
Wait, Abyss Dweller is a dragon? I thought it was just a flooded cave. Once per turn, his quick effect lets me remove a material from him to stop my opponent from activating any cards in their graveyard for one turn.
Oh, I see why you made him, you bastard. You're locking me out of making any plays next turn.
Yeah, did it work?
Not quite.
Well, that's because I haven't removed Mageline for Abyss Dweller's effect yet. How about now?
Still no. Hold that thought. I return Jet Synchron with Omega.
I summon Mathematician.
When he is normal summoned, I get to mill a level 4 or lower monster. Like, finally, Doppel Warrior. Also, I get to draw a card if he's destroyed in battle. That's all I got. I'm counting on you to get rid of Abyss Dweller, Serena. Oh yeah, that doesn't put any pressure on me.
Well, this might...
Hold that thought. I return Lakeside Lady to my graveyard with Omega.
Like I said, well, this might... Sigma, attack Mathematician. And with his effect, I equip him with Rod of Silence Chaos. It gives him 500 defense and negates any other spells that target it. I pay 500 life points to put Moon Mirror Shield on the bottom of my deck. With the effective segment and material, I search for element and another segment.
Oh, I see where this is going. And yeah, I am pressured. Good work, Devin.
Before you do your Omega shenanigans, I get a draw. I activate Vylon element. Whenever a Vylon equipped card is destroyed, except during the damage step, I get to special summon a Vylon tuner from my deck, but they can only be used to Synchro Summon a Vylon. I equip Sigma with Segment, which destroys it and brings out Vylon Tetra. Segment lets me search for material, which I equip to Sigma and search for another segment while special summoning Vylon Sphere. Now I tune all three Vylons together to Synchro Summon Vylon Omega! When he is Synchro Summoned, all monsters that were normal summoned or set are destroyed. Once per turn, I can equip a Vylon from my graveyard to him. When a monster effect activates, his quick effect lets me send a card equipped to him to the graveyard to negate and destroy it, which isn't once per turn. Now I use the effects of Sphere and Tetra. With Tetra, I can pay 500 life points to equip him to a monster, and if it would be destroyed, I can destroy Tetra instead. With Sphere, I can do the same. Only instead of protection, I can send Sphere to the graveyard to equip that monster with an equip spell from my graveyard. I use Sphere's effect to equip Omega with Power of the Guardians. When Omega battles, a spell counter gets placed on Power. He gains 500 stats for each spell counter on it, and if he would be destroyed, I can remove a spell counter instead. I use Omega's effect to equip Sphere, but no animation is needed because I'm using Sphere's effect to equip him with Segment.
Wow, we certainly got our work cut out for us, Serena.
Yeah, I realize that. Since Abyss Dweller won't last, I'm using his effect. This activates Glass Souffle, and I return Devin's Summoner Monk in Mageline. And thanks to Chateau, she goes to my hand. And thanks to Ticket, I special summon Croissant in defense mode.
I may not be able to use card effects in the graveyard, but I can still bring things out of it. I activate Monster Reborn, which lets me special summon a monster from the graveyard. I bring back Crystal Wings Synchro Dragon. Attack Omega.
I send Segment to negate and destroy Crystal Wing.
And I send nothing to negate and destroy Omega.
And I destroy Tetra to protect Omega.
Omega, attack Abyss Dweller.
Yeah, so much for you guys feeling pressured. Devin and I are almost dead while you two still have 7,000 life points.
Yeah, while you're bitching, I return Handmaiden with Omega.
I use Croissant's effect to return and then activate Chateau. Chateau activates Ticket, which I use to special summon Pudding Cessor. I use her effect to
get Crystal Winged. We're screwed either way, Ed. He's got his normal summon to make Tiramisu, and if I let him use Pudding Cessor, he can make 2 of her. At least this way he'll only have 1.
I summon Angeli. Then I overlay to Ixie summon Tiramisu.
Yeah, that's Omega's cue to bail and take one of Tom's hand cards with him.
I remove Message Gelato to shuffle back Angeli and Crystal Wing. Attack Serena directly. I set a card and end my turn. I destroy all monsters on the field with Dark Hole. Oh, you always got a Dark Hole us to win, you dirty whore.
I think we're done for, Tom.
I special summon High Speed Roid Kendama. Attack Devin for the win.
Now that was a great back and forth duel.
Yeah, we really had each other facing certain death numerous times, but Ed and I were the ones to come out alive. Only because Ed top decked Dark Hole. It's an unearned win. Doesn't matter, we weren't the ones who lost. And I never even got into the Doppel part of my deck. So your deck was just junk? Shut up, Tom.